Life is an opponent that never stops punching, so you better never stop punching back. Every champion was once a contender that refused to give up. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it isn't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. In the movies, I kill guys with an axe. In real life, I can't even control a 9-year-old girl with a ponytail. There's a natural law of karma that vindictive people who go out of their way to hurt others will end up broke and alone. The fear is the fuel that we use for overachievement. If I wasn't afraid at times, I wouldn't work as hard. I am not the richest, smartest, or most talented person in the world, but I succeed because I keep going and going and going. I learned the real meaning of love. Love is absolute loyalty. People fade, looks fade, but loyalty never fades. Consider the source. Don't be a fool by listening to a fool. Your spiritual sense will make you either a winner or a loser. I'm always looking for a new challenge. There are a lot of mountains to climb out there. When I run out of mountains, I'll build a new one. Remember, the mind is your best muscle. Big arms can move rocks, but big words can move mountains. Ride the brain train for success. I believe there's an inner power that makes winners or losers, and the winners are the ones who really listen to the truth of their hearts. It would be great to be able to pass on to someone all of the successes, the failures, and the knowledge that one has. But to help someone in this way, that person will avoid all the fire, pain, and anxiety, and that wouldn't be wonderful. It would be too easy. Going on one more round when you don't think you can, that's what makes all the difference in your life. I have great expectations for the future because the past was highly overrated. I take rejection as someone blowing a bugle in my ear to wake me up and get going rather than retreat. I stopped thinking the way other people think a long time ago. You got to think like you think. A lot of guys have muscles, a lot of strong men in this world. I think it's important to show that even under all this strength, there's a fragile side, a side that can be affected. If you look back at life, I bet you will regret about 80% of your actions. But life consists of all mistakes. When you're scared, when you're hanging on, when life is hurting you, then you're going to see what you're really made of. You have to be really loyal to the people that supported you when you were coming up, or life will drag you back down to teach you a lesson. I'm not a genetically superior person. I built my body. If I could do it, then you have no excuse. We're all expendable. We think the world's going to stop when a pope dies or a king, and then life goes on. Don't stumble in the moments, they too shall pass. Jesus is the inspiration for anyone to go the distance and achieve greatness in their lives. I believe any success in life is made by going into an area with a blind and furious optimism. Once in one's life, for one mortal moment, one must make a grab for immortality. If not, one has not lived. Success is usually the culmination of controlling failures. Nothing more, so if you fail, just learn your lesson and move on towards success. If you don't have a mountain, build one and then climb it. And after you climb it, build another one. Otherwise, you start to flatline in your life. Every time I failed, people had me out for the count, but I always come back. Don't be gullible. Use life before it uses you. Understand there are no free lunches, and for every action you take, there's a reaction. At the end of the day, Rocky is a love story, and he could never have reached the final bell without Adrian. I've kind of fashioned my life after a slinky. Bend me in a million shapes, and eventually I'll spring back to what I originally was. I believe an artist dies twice. The first time, it's just terrible. I've been there when the phone isn't ringing for years, but eventually it did. And then I discovered patience. I think everyone has a certain kind of formula in their life. When you deviate from that formula, you're going to fail big or you're going to win big. Life is more than sunglasses and hit movies. Reality, that's the main event. I tend to think of action movies as exuberant morality plays in which good triumphs over evil. That's what Rocky is all about: pride, reputation, and not being another bum in the neighborhood. When I was in junior high school, the teachers voted me the student most likely to end up in the electric chair. I said thank you, but I have other plans. Always remember, if you can be anything in life, be a Stoic. Support with a like and subscribe for more Stoic empowerment.